Hey folks, welcome back to Smithy's Forge. I am the Smithy, and today we're taking a look at the Transformers Robots in Disguise Combiner Force Warrior Class Stormshot. Now, this is the one of two of the Robots in Disguise figures that I own. I honestly don't care for the Robots in Disguise figures too much, simply because it's probably the same reason everyone else seems to complain about them. These guys are not aimed towards the hardcore Transformers fan collector type person. These are aimed more towards more like the kids who are just, getting out of rescue bots and getting to an age where something like Transformers Prime would be more their speed. And this is like a good transitional phase, I think. Because, these guys aren't really complicated, but for the most part, they're just complicated enough that you're still going to pull attention. You can snap these guys back and forth between modes pretty quickly. So it's not like you're going to have kids get bored with these guys too much. So, take a quick rundown on him here. He is just straight red, white, and blue. Very patriotic, might I add. He's got his little tampographed Autobot symbols here. Really good with the paint on this. And yes, the Robots in Disguise line is, very, very sparse on the paint. But, I think they do enough. Like I said, it's not like kids are really going to be like, oh no, this doesn't have enough paint on it. This doesn't have super accurate detailing. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Yeah, they don't care. So, then, of course, he is a classic jet former of, hey, look, he's a jet. Yep, that's a robot. We have Jet and Robot doing yoga. I don't know what you would call this pose, but it's a robot doing yoga, more or less. And this, in all honesty, this right here is probably my only gripe about this figure for what it is, and that is his face. His head can't actually turn around and have everything sit in place right. So his face has to be facing you the whole time. If you stick him straight up in the air, you will see his face. There's no way to disguise it. That's the only thing I don't care about. But once again, this isn't aimed towards someone in what would be my demographic of, a little bit older, something more in the Generations line. This is like pre-Generations Transformer. And he does come with his two guns here. You have his little double barrel pistol and his much longer cannon here. And, you can combine these into one big gun, and you got a little peg hole under here, so you can have him with a very long nose. Or what I usually do when I have him sitting in his jet mode is these guns both have smaller pegs on the sides of them here. So what I'll do is I'll take him and peg him into his wings right here. I think this is more the way you're supposed to display him anyway, what they had in mind. And there. He's not balanced by any means, but, it's a little bit better than just this huge gun schnoz that he had going on there. So, that's about it. Do a couple comparisons for you here real quick. Here he is with Generation Skywarp we got a few years back. It's a little bit longer than Skywarp. I think he's a little bit wider too. A current Generations figure here is with give me a second. Here he is with Hot Rod. And yeah, that's more or less it for his jet mode. Like I said, he's a classic jet former of, jet, robot, jet, robot, jet, robot. So, not a whole lot to do in this mode. So, I think we'll jump over to transformation real quick. Take his guns off here. And he's got a wicked quick and easy transformation. But he does have one little bit in it that I really like. So, we'll start by flipping up his front landing gear here. Come around here and you'll see his arms right here are they have this little piece right here that it's basically a slot that that just slots right over this tab on his legs. So you get that undone on both of those. Then he has the Combiner Wars legs, where you grab his knee spikes right here and you just pull it forward and it opens up his legs. And you pull back a little bit and it untabs these from the back of him here. And you pull it straight out. It comes down on these double hinges right here. And as soon as you get him down, he's got these slots in his right in behind his knees that these tabs go into. So once you get that all set, and take his legs apart right there. Is that in right? Yes. You just flip his feet out like that. Now here comes that part of the transformation I was telling you about, because see, even for jet formers that would be ridiculous. So what you do is you come around here and you can kind of stick your finger in right here and push this whole part of his back will come up, this whole bit with the jet, and then this part right here will fold down, and then his wing set comes up like this, and it literally just folds around like that and collapses back in and actually pegs into his back there, and he gives him that amazing look for his wings, just like that amazing silhouette. So, and you just flip his hands out real quick. He doesn't even have like the kung fu grip. He has like the Bruce Lee grip. I mean, this guy honestly, he looks like an Autobot who's ready for a good fight. So, there's Stormshot in his robot mode, and he looks awesome. Honestly, I mean, like I said, I don't usually care for these designs, but this guy is just fun. I saw him in the store. I was literally just walking by. I'm like, huh, he looks like he's got attitude. I like him. So, there you go. Here's Stormshot. I'll jump in real quick on the head sculpt here, and he's got his little visor here. Oh, sorry, I had it out of frame a little bit. He kind of looks like gives I wouldn't say RoboCop, maybe like a Judge Dredd look to him. Looks awesome. Not a whole lot of amazing detail, just, random red, white, and blues, if you have the game that these guys have been pushing, you can have a free scan on me right there. But, just, decent detailing, nothing super amazing, but all in all, he's pretty cool. And you can arm him up, you can give him a gun in each hand, or you can give him his big super gun. But personally, I like to set him up with gun in each hand, because that's just cool. I mean, come on, you gonna mess with that guy? I'm not. So, jump back over to the size comparisons real quick. Here he is again with Generation Skywarp. And, stands a little bit wider. Stands a little bit shorter too, actually. Unless my table is just uneven, which is entirely possible. But, that's roughly how they scale, so you can see how he goes with a little bit older of a generation. I think this is about 3 years old. Actually, no, this might be more. This is more like 5 or 6 years old, because this came out with the War for Cybertron line, actually. And here he is with a current generation. Here is the deluxe Titan's Return Hot Rod, and like I said before, I mean, this RID line. Like I said, it's not generations. It is just it's pre-generation deluxe is how I look at this warrior class. It's not quite deluxe size, but it's close. So I think honestly these are really good for the demographic they're going for. So yeah, that is about all there is to it. That's Stormshot, and I picked him up at Walmart, and you can probably find him there, find him probably anywhere. He's pretty much anywhere you can find Transformers, you'll probably find him popping up here and there. He's a pretty cool dude. So yeah, I'll stop running my mouth. And here, this has been the Transformers Robots in Disguise Combiner Force Warrior Class Stormshot. And this is the Smithy reminding you to stay primed and forge ahead.